while now, I've always said that eventually the people who ask they kiss the most would eventually turn on them. Now, when I said that, I was more so regulating that to the Sambos that we deal with, such as your Candace Owenses, your Fakums, your ABLs, Hodge Twins, Terrence K. Williams, so on and so forth. And of course, you know, the ones that did get their wake-up call from them, such as your Stacey Dashes, Omarosas, and Paris Denars, and David Clarks. But apparently, it's starting to seem like, to me, from what I've been seeing, is that people who choose to identify as white or white passing are getting that wake-up call as well. Now, last week, y'all saw me do a triple P on Sneeko and what happened to him at that club or wherever that venue where he got punched in the mouth by that security guard, causing him to knock his tooth out. And I mentioned a person there who was a fighter or some kind of UFC fighter or MMA fighter, but I couldn't think of his name right there on the spot. Well, that person I was talking about is actually the subject matter of this video today, and that person is Jake Shields. Now, of course, like I said, Jake Shields is or was an MMA or UFC fighter turned quote-unquote conservative, well, definitely leaning towards the anti-black side of it anyway. And I would always see this guy pop up in Tariq's posts on Twitter all the time to troll whenever Tariq posted something, and here he was, and he usually was one of the first people that would pop up. I would always see his name. So he's very in with that crowd over there. But it looks to me like he may not be with that crowd anymore, because I just came across a very interesting post on X where there's someone put together a compilation of posts that were made on June 14th about him being exposed as technically not being white. So we're gonna go through this entire post and have a good laugh at Jake Shields' expense. It says the white nationalist right turns on Jake Shields after finding out he isn't 100% white. For months, Shields has been buddying up with white nationalists. Now a civil war has erupted among the far right as he reaps what he sowed. So as you can see right here, this is just a numerous amount of tweets that were posted. It says this is 4 of them, but I'm sure there's more of them, but these were the ones that people were able to gather. So we're going to start with the left and work our way to the right. See what I did there? It says, I'm going to start with the post itself and then go with his response. So I'm gonna start where this one says pro-white women, white mothers. That's their name, at white mothers _. This is what Jake Shields looks like. He has no European features at all. Does he even look white to you? The answer is a big fat no, and they put no in all caps. His eyebrows are so close to his eyes, which is a Jewish and Arab trait. So they literally know. See, the thing is, white people who are actually 100% white know exactly what they look like. And what they're tired of now is these individuals trying to get in where they can try to fit in, and they're like, nope, the door's closed. So everyone's getting a wake-up call this year. What did Hit Gravity say November the 5th? The grift would be over. And not to take away from Jake Shields, but in case y'all didn't know, that PC woman, the one on TikTok, the one that was with wearing the apron and said the N-word on there, all while at one point working at a black-owned establishment, she ended up getting fried by them same people because they were calling her a psyop for them folks, or a sombrerito psyop. I'll put it like that. If y'all haven't checked that out, go and check that out. I mean, it's hilarious right now. They are all getting them up out of the paint now because they said this is crunch time. We don't have time for all of you fakes and phonies. But let's get back to Jake Shields. He replies with, I never claimed to be 100% white, you dumb racist bitch. Now, that's funny he says racist coming out of his mouth considering the anti-black stuff that has come out of his mouth. He goes on to say, I'm mostly white and proud my white heritage. I guess he meant to say proud of my white heritage, but I have no shame in other aspects of who I am. So this guy now admits that he's not fully white, but he's now he's basically tiptoeing on the self-hate route. It sounds to me like he doesn't like the side that isn't white, so that's why he's claiming his white side completely. But they even know, they say your facial features is something else there. Just like when I be telling people, when people who are mixed or biracial, quote unquote, they could be passing for white, but we know because there's certain features on that person that will let us know there's some melanin going on in there, and it's usually one of these three things, or all three. The lips, if they have full lips, the nose, if their nose is kind of broad and not narrow, and of course the hair texture. One of those three things is going to give it away, and some of them will have all three, even if they look like they can pass for white. One of those three things is always going to do it. A perfect example of that was Mariah Carey back in the day. Back in the day, people was looking at it like, she looks white, but I don't know. It's like I have one eye wide open and the other one's kind of squinting. But when I look at her, I think there's something there. And then as time went on, it got discovered that she was the product of a white mother of, I think, Irish descent, and a black father of Venezuelan descent. So let's get back to this. Let's go on to the next post that he made, or when someone said something about him, this fallen son who says, then you aren't white. You have no right taking part in any white movement. You are untrustworthy. By the fact alone, you are mixed. We don't need your ilk either, to which Jake replies with, I never pretended to be in your gay ass white supremacist movement. I've simply said I'm pro-white. Jake, let's not sit up here and tell these lies. We've seen the post that you've made on X for months, and the only reason I knew about Jake Shields was because of how much he trolled Tariq's X account. When Tariq would post something, he would always pop up. That's how I found out about him, but I never paid him any mind. But then when I looked at the picture, I was like, oh, that's him. That's Jake Shields. But like I said, I never really paid too much about him with his name, but the picture will always stand out to me. So now he's on here trying to cop. He's trying to cope, and they're not allowing him to do it. The next post says, brother, you're doing a great job and you were standing on the right side of history. You don't need to explain yourself to these trolls. And then this other person, and then he comes back and says, I have zero shame that I'm not 100% white, but the vast majority of me is. So I simply identify as white. These racist losers can get fucked. So Jake is telling you right there, he has self-hate issues. He is upset that they found out he's not completely white. And he is up there explaining that, yes, I'm not 100% white, but I identify as white, and I said that I'm pro-white. He's up there literally begging. They are literally throwing his stuff out. They didn't even pack a bag. They just threw all his shit out there on the lawn and said, go find somewhere else to be. It's funny because I keep telling y'all, when they get rid of them, they are going to have to go be a nomad. So, well, Jay Shields, he has no remnants of blackness in it, so he definitely ain't coming over here. And even if he did, he still ain't coming over here. Then you have, he has to go be a nomad. That's what he's going to have to do. He's going to have to go find his lot in life, wherever that may be, and go be it over there. So this last one says, what is your other blood? Native American, to which Jake says, like 1/16 Native and 1/16 Japanese, so I'm basically white. Let me tell y'all something, y'all. Y'all know how a lot of black people say they don't claim people who are biracial and all that because some of them might have some self-hate. Even those who may not have self-hate, they don't claim them. Look at what's going on with Jake Shields right now. This guy is mixed, clearly, but not with black. And even they peeped that this guy's not 100% white, and they are not claiming him. So to all the to all the quote unquote mixed individuals out there that are passing as if your name is Sarah Jane in the movie Imitation of Life, just understand, if they find out who you really are, they're going to lambaste you just like they did Jake Shields. And Jake Shields is not even mixed with black. He just told you he's 1/16 Native and 1/16 Japanese, which is not even a lot from either of those groups. He says he's mainly white, and they know that, But because he's not 100% white, they will not claim him. And they see it now that this man also has, again, like I said before, self-hate issues. So they're really not going to claim him now. I don't feel bad for Jake Shields. I don't feel bad for this fool at all, and all his anti-blackness has gone to waste. He did all of that and they still slammed the door in his face. So he did all of that grifting for nothing. And he up there copping pleas. Again, this is only 4 posts. This is only 4 tweets that was posted up on the 14th. That was 4 days ago from the time of me recording this video. So I can only imagine what has been said since then. And I'm sure they didn't get any better. But Jake Shields, this is what you get. This is exactly what you get. And I'm telling you, they are checking the paperwork on all of these grifters now. Every last one of them. They said this is crunch time. November 5th will be here before you know it. We got to clear all these people out of here before November gets here. Bump that before, because we are we're in quarter 3 right now, right? I think we're in quarter 3 before the 4th quarter, which is September. They said before September, we got to get y'all up out of here, because when November 5th comes around, y'all are gone. And to all of you black conservatives out there, if they can do that to Jake Shields, who has been passing as 100% white but not really is, what do you think they're gonna do with your obvious black ass when it comes down to it? I'm just saying, what do you think is gonna happen to you? If they can do this to him, a person who has been basically in their eyes perpetrating a fraud, and then with that chick on TikTok who they said been perpetrating a fraud, and she's pretty much, as far as I'm concerned, white, but they said she's not really down for the cause. What makes you think that you're safe? I mean, you see what they got Candace doing now. Shit, they got her up out of the Daily Wire, and she got like 5 different grips going on at one time. I won't be surprised if she's gonna go for the distance and go for 5 more to keep up appearances. So y'all can do all that Sambo shuffling and all that tap dancing all you want, but I'm telling you right now, your grift is almost over. If they can get him, you can get got to.